Hello. Uh, Sorry, just getting a little quick stretch in. Gotta prep for the late night, the midnight oil. I don't know. Whatever. Hello. It's your boy. It's your dude. I'm here. How's it going? How have you been? It's been a while. It's been a minute. Yeah. So I've been, you know, I've been alive, so that's good in terms of what's going on with me. Yeah, yeah, hopefully you can hear me here. Um, I would hate to be on here just talking and not being able to be heard, but I mean, my mic is on. Um, I'm not gonna worry about it. And if this ends up not working out, then it just means I needed to put more thought into what exactly I wanted to do here. But for now, all I want to do is play some Apex, talk a little bit about what's been, I guess, it's tough. It's tough, man. And honestly, I'm gonna play some Apex because it's so tough. I feel like I also need a distraction, or I just would rather there be something else, to look at when I'm talking about this. This might just have to end up being a video explaining ish though, so we'll see how it goes. That's just, me already worrying about some stuff before I need to worry about it. So, it'd be like that sometimes. But that's a little loud in my ears. That's a tad bit loud. That's a tad bit loud. That's a little better. Although I'm not going to be able to hear footsteps now. Classic Apex complaints. I'm hip. I'm game. I play this game sometimes. I'm not good by any means, but I do play this game sometimes. But anyway, that's life talk about life. Ladies and gentlemen, I struggle with depression. And that's a totally different thing from having depression or just being sad, which I often don't let myself do, which is probably, has a little bit to do with why I'm depressed. But with that being said, oh boy, that's not even like half of it for real. Or it might be half of a diagnosis I've already had. A little bit of mania. Your boy has the capacity to go crazy for real. You feel me? Get a little rowdy, get a little hectic for real. A little bit of self-sabotage going on. And, like, my problem is I still don't really know how to, like, talk about things, like, mostly because I feel like it's like, man, nobody wants to hear that. It's a downer, It's whack, but also, it's like thinking outside of myself and not being selfish about, it's a weird thing to say, or a weird way to put it, but not being selfish about my own pain, you know, like being able to share my experiences, and you know, some people will resonate, some people have gone through similar things, and you know, that's good for them. You know, that helps them. I feel like I've definitely come across like-minded, or you know, people who've gone through things, and them being able to share their experiences, you know, helps me out. So it's like I have no reason not to, except for being like scared or selfish, and a lot of it is fear. That's a big thing I gotta get over for. But yeah. So I don't even know where to start. I guess with the depression, it's like, how do you know you're depressed? You know? Or I guess really, first of all, I didn't even know what depression was until I was like in high school and took like a psychology class, an elective psychology course, where I found out what depression was, and it immediately resonated with me. You know, I'm gonna use the term resonate a lot because I like the word. You know, it's a nice word. It sounds fancy, but it also sounds like a little like, ooh, you know, that's deep, you know. Yeah. So, found out depression was a thing, you know. This, for me, it's more so this numbness, or like, I don't know, it grew into this like numbness over time. In the first instance of, you know, feeling like this overwhelming sense of sadness that led me to want to numb myself in the first place was like, as a young child, you know, I was like 5 or 6 maybe, you know, and I feel everybody's pain is valid. That's something I have to keep reminding myself, because I feel like it's, you know, it's a dumb reason. My lower vibrational self saying it's a dumb reason to really be all sad and been out of shape for it in the capacity that I was. But the reason was, you know, just a young brother, you know, going to school and whatnot, had a homework packet. And, you know, well, you don't know, I'm telling you the story. But, yeah, I was doing my homework package, you know, easy as pie, you know, easy peasy. I didn't really have any difficulties in school, for real. Wasn't that, you know, I didn't have any learning issues. I was, you know, generally above average student in terms of my learning capabilities, you know. But, yeah, you know, thought I did the whole packet throughout the week, and got the homework packet back one day. You know, next time, whatever, the next week in school, and I missed a page. I missed a whole page. You know? And when I got the homework packet back, I was like, I have never seen this page in my life. I've never seen this ever before. What is this? What are you putting in front of me right now? And like, I was like, oh, my bad. Like, my mom, sorry, I'm choking up because this actually hurts a lot. But, yeah, my mom, you know, doing the best she can. But she was like, why didn't you, like, you know, like, trying to discipline, like, hey, why didn't you do this page? But in a much more, like, you know, accusatory tone. I was in trouble at this point, you know. Like, hey, you didn't do, like, why didn't you do this page? I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I can do it right now. I just didn't see it when I was doing the homework packet. I must have skipped over it. And, like, she didn't believe me, you know? And I say you know because the feeling I got from that was very much like, I'm telling the truth though, like, what? Young kid not able to disconnect from my emotions at all, you know, very, very sad, very much, very sensitive child, very emotionally sensitive person. Although I try to hide it as much as I can. Yeah, she was just like, you're lying to me, or at least if that's not what was said verbatim, that's the feeling that I got. Like, that's kind of what her tone was. I have a feeling that she, like, actually told me I was lying, but I don't want to put words in people's mouths. And I was also like maybe 4 or 5. I don't think I was getting grades back then. Maybe like O's and B's or whatever. Before the A's and B's, whenever John Gray using them. But yeah, so basically, I'm lying. I'm 5 years old. I'm lying. I don't do my homework. I don't do my homework package. I try to get out of homework. And this is all what I'm internalizing from this conversation with my mom. I immediately, you know, go up to my room and, you know, my family is, you know, my parents do a lot to provide. So like, I had a nice room. I had a desk. Pretty nice desk. Pretty big. And there's like a lot of space underneath, like for the feet, you know. I would make a little fort, or like just a little hideout with the desk. Like with covers and whatnot, and just like close myself in common space. And I wasn't like a small kid. Like I was usually one of the bigger kids in my class at that time, you know, growing up. So my nickname was Buddha as a baby, and that kind of just like as I grew older, I didn't grow wide, I grew taller. Shouts out to that. But I would lock myself in this little space that, you know, I was way too big for. And would just like ball myself up, put myself in a little ball, and that's like the first time I've ever like considered, you know, obviously being a kid, not knowing what it is, but considered just not existing anymore. You know? Yeah. And oh boy, do I tell you how much I internalized that. Let me tell you how much I was like, oh yeah, my logic was, boy, this is it right here. Forget whatever dreams, aspirations, nah, son. I'm not even concerned about that. Let me just not be a burden until I cannot exist anymore, and then I am freed from making life worse for everybody. And that's really what I thought at that time. What I thought as a 5 or 4-year-old child. I think I was 5. I think it was like kindergarten or something. So like 4 or 5, like probably 5. Well, maybe 4. My birthday's like at the end of the school year, like when summer starts. So. But yeah, I thought to myself, like, man, I'm just not good. Like, dang, I didn't even know I just wasn't good like that, you know? Like, dang. Obviously, I'm throwing a little bit more, like, I have less emotion in it now, or I wouldn't be able to really get through it. But like, at the time, I was just like, dang, like, I really, like, through tears, you know, my family would be much better off without me. Like, my family would be, you know, completely rationalizing all of this. Like, at that age, like, they have, like, more money, they'd be able to, like, afford more, like, they can go on more trips and stuff like that. And, like, and I was like, my mom's always, like, talking about, like, I always, like, eat too much of the, well, again, like, my memory on things is, like, that might have changed a little. But, again, nicknamed as a baby is Buddha. I would eat a lot as a baby. That's kind of what it is. I'm a big eater when I'm, you know, happy. Or whatnot. Or just being me, you know. So, yeah, just rationalize every way that I could think of that, you know, why it would be best if, you know, I was a zombie or unalive, and, you know, and yeah. And now that I even, like, think about this story now, like, being, like, I really don't even, like, remember what I did after. Like, like, I feel like I dang near, like, that's the moment in time where I started to dissociate. I started to ignore how I feel about things because feeling my emotions was harder than, like, just, I don't know, being, like, just being, I guess. And I definitely need some sort of therapy. I've tried a little bit of therapy, and it didn't really work out at the time. But I do see the value in being able to talk to somebody that has a wealth of knowledge on, you know, mental illnesses, mental health, and things and such. And Man, yeah, and I guess that's just context for me. That's hey, first time back in a long time. Nice little story about my depression, and we're in the origin of that. So yeah, but if you know me, and you probably don't, but that's okay. We can get to know each other over time. I'm in no rush. If you know me, it's like, I don't know. Goodness gracious, I don't even know where to begin because I feel like man, I'm in a real pickle here. I have so much I want to say, but I don't know how to, organize my thoughts in a way that would make it cohesive, make it, enjoyable. I guess that's not really my first thought at the moment. More so just, more so this is more so for me. Being able to let go and talk about my feelings and stuff like that. And just get out of, the habit of when I want to, express myself in a way that shares with, the world a bit of myself. The fear of judgment, the fear of disappointment, it's like letting go of that and just being able to not see myself as that same kid in my little desk cave, claiming that everybody would be better if I wasn't around. Yeah. So I think I just started to really dissociate from that point in time in my life. And I don't think that dissociation really was addressed until I learned what the heck dissociation was, which was, not in high school. That's for sure. Or at least not to the point. I didn't understand it to recognize that I do it myself. I've had a few very heavy depressive episodes, I'd say. Or I guess a few that have affected my life to the point where I can say, wow, that's something I remember, and that's definitely impacted my outlook and how I operate within the world. If we're going in order here, I guess the next one would be the next one would be in high school when I, you don't know. I keep saying not the nigga from motherfucking Black Clover. I'm on my fucking Naruto shit, Yeah, whatever. Here, but there I go judging myself, Yeah. Like, my next depressive episode would be in high school after I got kicked off the basketball team for my grades. Because, from then on, when I say from then on, I mean from the depressive episode when I was 6 or 5. it felt like, instead of me, this is something that I really feel is like really, really important and something I keep, trying to miss. But from that moment on, if I look back at my memory, if I try to remember stuff, it seems like, it feels like I like just completely like internalize that, I'm a liar, I don't do my homework, you know, I'm glad she didn't say anything about me cheating or anything like that. Although later in life, that's for later. But yeah, so from then on, I'd never really, overachieved in school for real. As much as I like to learn, as much as I'm interested in science and like music and like history, as much as I'm interested in all the school subjects for real, like it all felt like I liked it. I couldn't bring myself to actually like overachieve or even give in to like just my wants or my interests. So since then, since 5, I've been, very average student. And the thing that I would have been below average if it wasn't for me just being smart, because I did no homework. I didn't really, I paid attention in class, but I also slept in class, which seems like contradictory statements. But that's exactly what happened. I would sleep, I would stay up while we're doing whatever work we needed to do, get whatever work in class we needed to get done, and I would usually get it done because there's nothing else to do. And then, during notes, or whatever, during notes, usually I'd love PowerPoint, because then I can just copy whatever's on the PowerPoint and, put that down in my notes before the teacher was done speaking about it. I can put my head down, rest my eyes while he's talking about it, subconsciously listen to whatever's going on, and you feel me, learn in my sleep like that. And I do that for damn near every class, or I'd just be interested in the class and then I'd stay up. But if the class was actually, even the class I was interested in, I would still sleep. So yeah. Always been a night owl for real. Never wanted to be up during the day. Vampire vibes, yeah. But yeah. So so that led me to, my poor habits in school led me to getting kicked off the school basketball team, which is completely understandable. That's what happens. You hate to see it, but it'd be like that sometimes.
Setting up a zip line.
And, that shit hurt my soul. But I don't think I really ever let myself feel it. like, or at least not in depth, for real. But that is the first time that I had my run-in with good old Mr. Marijuana's, because I felt like, well, since I'm not playing basketball for school anymore, and that's my, you know, standard of my basketball career in my life. I forgot to mention that I played basketball competitively, you know, AAU, travel ball, whatever you want to call it, since about like that time. Or I guess I liked to play basketball at like 3 or 4. And you always be like, basketball, ball, you know, and got in the league at like 3 or 4, whatever. Loved it ever since. And even saying that kind of hurts because I feel like I haven't given enough to it to really say that. And isn't that just symbolic for every other aspect of my life, which I'm gonna get to? But sorry for the slow, I don't know, way of communicating. I might got a little bit of that tism, a little bit of neurodivergency, you feel me? For sure, probably I have ADHD, undiagnosed. A lot of undiagnosed shit. A whole lot of probablys, and yeah, I need to, you know, whatever. I'm gonna get my money up, not my funny up growl. Get some fucking therapy. Hell yeah. But yeah. After I found out I was off the basketball team, because I knew my grades were bad, and we switched coaches at the beginning of that season. It was my senior year. Played varsity my junior year, came in his senior year. Depressed as fuck. Boy, I tell you what. I was like, for me, I never skipped school or nothing. Like, I was like too goody two shoes. I'm like, you can get in trouble for that? Nah, I'm good. I'm telling you might get in trouble for that? Nah, yeah, I'm good. I'm not trying to get in trouble, dog. And I would never skip class, but previously to that, like, wouldn't ever dream of it. Would never dream of just like, and this is exactly what I was doing in my senior year. I would never dream of, you know, waking up on time, realizing that I really just don't want to go to school, going back to sleep for another hour or so, missing first period, checking the time, seeing when exactly second period starts, and getting to school in time to, you know, getting to school exactly during passing periods, doing like skipping class shit, you know, I don't know. I felt like I just came to school late every day, but I was skipping my first period like every single, like a whole lot, honestly. I wouldn't say every single day, but there was like a good like week or so where I was like, yeah, I'm not going to first period, fucking, I'm not going to second period either, like, and again, that's that numbness I was talking about. Like, I was like, and it's like I didn't care. And even now, it's very much like I'm still in a depressive state, honestly. I kind of gone through something recently that have, you know, made me really analyze my thought patterns, you know, like how do I handle shit, you know? What am I doing right now? Beaming. But yeah. Hold on. I need some water real quick. My throat's getting parched. You dig? Uno momento. I'm still gonna be right here, but it's you know, I don't know. I had to get up from my desk and walk 2 feet to grab some water, so I felt like I felt like I was away from you for a little bit right there. Oh, that's some good agua right there. Some H2O, huh? Yeah. But where was I? High school, kicked off the basketball team, skipping class, so that's, that's the reason why I had all the bad grades. And yeah, tough, you hate to see it. Talked to my parents about it. Didn't let them know until like, I think that shit happened on like a Tuesday or some shit. Or like a Monday or some shit. I didn't tell them until the weekend. And didn't mention, like, my parents being separated. So, like, I told my mom, like, parents are separated, stay with my mom for a majority of the time. Still, like, stay with my dad, like, every Wednesday and every other weekend. So still, Pop's still around and shit. But, yeah. The conversation I had with them was like, it was numb. It was like, I was numb. Like, completely. Like, in hindsight, it seems like I kind of had been, and I still do this to this day, and I'm trying to work on being able to not bottle up everything. But I bottled up, like, it seemed like I just bottled up everything, and instead of, like, being able to, like, express, like, I don't know, it seems like I'm still that, in that time, it seems like I was that kid, still that same kid that wanted to, just not exist, and go be in a corner and be out the way. Like, I'm still trying to just prove people right about me. I guess in this specific situation, I'm proving my mom right that I don't do homework and that I'm lazy and all these other negative things.
Yes, you're doing exceptionally well.
And that's, that's what it looks like, that's what it feels like. I guess it might not necessarily look like that, it might just look like I'm being disrespectful and being genuinely lazy or rebellious. And my actions at times can be, definitely. I'm not saying like I don't have like any bit of rebellion in my spirit, because I definitely, I don't know. I'm pretty, follow the rules on things. It feels like I definitely will forego my responsibilities if I feel like, I don't know, like shit. And yeah, not really realizing how bad I feel. Although I'm really not trying to sit here and feel bad for myself. because I don't know. I feel like I'm lacking some sort of empathy for myself, you know. But yeah. Just a numb feeling like I don't care, admitting, like saying that I don't care, willing to say that, like, Denzel, like, talking about my parents at this point after the whole TikTok thing. Like, Denzel, what's going on? Like, do you just not like care? And like I literally said, like I don't. Like I don't care. And like at this point in time in my life, I can say that one, I really got to get over trying to hide how I feel for other people's comfort, I should say. You know, for other people, I don't know. It's definitely comfort that I'm thinking of, because I wouldn't say well-being. Because, yeah, completely fine with foregoing my own needs, but I definitely don't want to see somebody else suffer me. So try to mitigate that as much as possible. But yeah, you know, admitting to my parents that, or saying to my parents that I don't care, or like, you know, these things just don't matter to me. Being on the, you know, my senior, it being my senior year, and this is like what I'm saying I don't care about. It being my senior year, I'm going to play basketball with my best friends. We're all on the team and shit. Like, what the heck? Okay, that was weird. That was kind of weird, but yeah, just being, you know, just really not being honest with myself, and that's something that has been brought up to me recently, and has, you know, kind of made me realize how much I hide how I feel. Because looking back at the time, the feeling was very much like, I don't care because I don't even want to be like around anymore. Like I don't really want to be alive anymore. So I don't care because what is doing good in school gonna do for me, besides maybe, I don't know, prolong the inevitable, which is the internalized vision of me just not being any sort of good, not being any sort of benefit to anybody, being a nuisance or a burden for all of my closest friends and family. And I felt doing nothing and numbing myself was the best way to, you know, see that vision come about quicker. As I say that, I look at you know, I soon started to smoke weed after that whole situation. So most of the marijuanas, and I don't. I'm still fighting myself about it because I feel like I might have a dependency. It's not even a might. I definitely have like a dependency on marijuana, weeds, and all that. An addiction, some might say. Because, you know, after smoking weed for the first time, didn't get high. Everybody knows that you don't get high for the first time you smoke, right? The second time was gone. It was completely just outer space. You feel me? My mind's talking to aliens and shit, telling me jokes that my body don't even understand. So I immediately start giggling. Or not immediately, you know, the little... It took like 2 minutes, I'd say, after my like first few hits out of an apple. on my homie's front porch at like 17. So yeah, it was one of the first instances that I can like remember, which is funny because it's a weed thing. You know, of me actually feeling some sort of joy, some sort of happiness. You know. And, like, yeah. I just kind of kept, you know, I guess just hanging around my same friends. And my friends would be smoking, and I'd be like, alright, I guess I'm smoking now too. So it just, you know, progressed from there. I didn't want to keep mooching off my friends, so I eventually bought some weed my own, you know. And yeah, you know, the classic would get in trouble for, you know, smelling like weed. Would come home smelling like weed. Mom would be all mad. I'd be like, my bad. And I'd get like a bowl of cereal. Or my mom would cook a lot more back then, so I'd get like leftovers or some shit. And it was tight. Or, you know, I had a little bit of money from, yeah, from, I don't know. It's from being a kid. I don't know. I had a few dollars. I would get like Jack in the Box every once in a while. But no, after graduation, for sure had money. It was for sure was like, oh yeah, I'm buying big dope. I'm buying a quarter. I'm buying a $40 quarter, and we're getting high, baby. Yeah. And then would spend the rest of my money on Jack in the Box. You feel me? So I grew like, you know, I'm like 6'2". I'm in terrible shape right now because I don't take care of my body and I don't eat a whole lot. So I'm like 140, like 145 on a good day right now. But I'm 60. And in high school I was consistently like 65 at least. Like, I want to say I got up to like 170 in high school. Or maybe 175. Because I was still like lifting. I still had like I think I took weight training again after. So I was still working out, at least. Somewhat. But, yeah, I I hmm, I don't know. I felt like I like just retired from basketball and was like, all right, whatever. I'm just a pothead now. What I want to say now is like, how could I have been the biggest disappointment to my family? You know, but really, I just tend to try to find ways to make sure that I don't feel good about myself, and that's not healthy. Guys, give me one quick second. All right, now we're back. Okay. Um, yeah. So just a quick. I don't know how long I've been streaming for, but just a quick, little recap. Depressed at 5. You know, some would say unaliveable. I don't know how YouTube feels about certain things, so whatever. I'll just say suicidal at the age of 5. Not necessarily even sure what that was at the time, but definitely felt like I just did not want to be alive anymore. And yeah, turned into a life of underachieving in all aspects. I didn't talk about the whole basketball bit of underachieving, but it's whatever. I wanted to pass a lot. I wanted to help other people and not really care about my own life because it would make me mad. I get mad when I play basketball, and there's something I didn't talk about. There's a certain point in time where I was working out with my dad, and this contributes to like my numbness. It also contributes to my unwillingness to considerably. Working out with my pops. We're doing like cone drills. My dad, not necessarily like he didn't really play basketball like competitively growing up. He was a track runner and played football. But both his kids love basketball, so he's gonna do what he gotta do to help his kids get better. And he was trying to motivate me. He's trying to motivate me by making me mad because I have an older brother who's like 5.5 years older than me that I hate losing to. Even at the ripe in like tender age of I think I was maybe like 8 or 9 when this happened. And I just like completely remember just being like my dad was like just like talking shit to me. Like I don't even remember what he was saying, but trying to get a reaction out of it. And I literally, like, vividly remember, like, in my head, like, I'm just not gonna be mad anymore. Like, I hate this feeling of, like, rage. Of being so upset that I can't think straight, you know? Like, it's not allowing me to, and at that time, it really, like, in hindsight now, talking about it now, it's like, I just really wasn't okay with feeling anything. I wanted to look at everything objectively. Like, yeah, I'm doing these cone drills. I'm getting better at something. I'm here. I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. Okay, I'm done. I'm done doing that. And whatever. Looking everything at very surface level. Like, it is what it is. Like 5 at a young age. At the ripe old age of 8. And, you know, if you're a spiritual person or whatever, you know, and you rock with the numbers and stuff, that might seem like, oh, significant, and it probably is, but it's not too serious. And yeah, so I wasn't worried about, you know, what I felt. I was more so worried about, you know, I'm not even sure what I was worried about. I didn't want to be worried about anything. I didn't want to feel anything. I wanted to, you know, be left alone, I guess, at that point. And to the point where I had felt like that for so long, and still do feel like that. That's still something that's very much a part of my personality now. Like, yeah, I just really couldn't, you know, just couldn't accept that I was mad. Didn't want to be angry, didn't want to be upset. I think it might have a lot to do with, like, whenever I would get upset or get angry and, like, to the point of tears. Because I'm the type of person who, when they get mad, they cry. And that's not very manly, is it? So, I never wanted to be mad. I never wanted to be angry. I didn't want to give anybody the impression that I had anything deeper going on, really. And yeah. So now, you know, fast forward through high school, through middle school, high school, all that shit of not being really an emotional person, sort of avoiding close, like, I don't know, friendships or relationships because I feel inequipped to properly handle them or to properly give any sort of realness, any sort of real, like, emotion or feeling into anything, because I'm so content with avoiding my emotions. And yeah, after high school, we're coming up on, like, the 3rd major depressive episode, which I wouldn't even say that because I completely skipped over my parents divorcing. But that's more so, that would be more so a case of, like, mania, damn near. Basically, to put that story short, parents got divorced, you know, went through that whole process, went to school. Some kid cut me in line, and me being so nonchalant about my parents' divorce, you know, just trying to get through it, you know, very much on edge. Like like the feeling I have when I think about myself at a young age, or with much more emotional maturity now. You know, I don't really believe that I have like a good sense of emotional maturity. Although at the same time, I feel like I try. So that it must count for something. It's better than nothing. But still on edge, you know, like anything could tip me over. And the thing that tipped me over in this was like third or fourth grade, maybe fourth grade. The thing that, you know, got me to my limit, pushed me over the limit in terms of like what I'm willing to accept. Okay, I was the motherfucking line leader, all right, at my school for the day, in my class for the day, you feel me? Teacher said, all right, Denzel, you're the line leader today. You're going to lead us out to lunch. I'm like, all right, bet. Heck yeah. I get to be in the front of the line. Yeah. Tight. Can't wait. Let me go ahead. Get to that front of the line. I get to the front of the line. I'm chilling, you know. Like, all right, y'all, the teacher ain't told us we can go yet. We start getting to going, you feel me? And this one kid named Spencer, I said it was gonna be short, but you feel me? I'm venting right now, whatever. This one kid named Spencer wanted to be at the front of the line, you feel me? Like, yo, bro, what are you doing? And like was not trying to let me be in the front, like be the line leader. I'm like, hey, yo, man, I'm the line leader. He's like, huh? No, like, what? I'm at the front of the line. I don't even know what. I blacked out. I don't even know what he said. But this bruh, I say nigga, but white kid. This kid was like, I don't know what it was. It was just not a good day for Buddy. It was a bad time for him. But I gave that nigga the meanest gut punch. And like, I don't know. I feel like I didn't really hit him that hard, to be honest. But like, he cried or something. I cried. I cried after all this shit. Because I was like, I'm the line leader. What the heck? Wham. I'm the line leader. Wham. Big old baby. I'm still a baby inside because, you know, I don't know how to express it, that I need the comfort that a baby might need. But yeah, punched Brett in the stomach, got sent to the office. Grandma came and picked me up because I was just like, nah, I had it. I was done. I was like, nah, I'm the line leader. Like, shut up. I'm pretty sure I threw like a crazy, I don't know. I don't think I threw like a crazy tantrum, but I was just like, yeah, I want to go home. Like, I want to go home. Bob get to the office. Grandma comes. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, why can't, and from what, like, they told me, I said, because I definitely block out a lot of shit from my memory because I'm trying to avoid feeling somethings. Feeling some things, you know, and those things being emotions, you know. Yeah, grandma came to pick me up and she was saying, she's like, what's wrong? Like, why are you, like, what's wrong, baby? Like, why can't my parents get back together is what I was told I said. That's what I said. Like, why can't my parents just, like, be back together, you know? And just kind of broke down and, again, cried like shit. And, yeah. I don't really remember the whole aftermath of that. I don't remember, like, I came home and, like, was comforted or anything, or if I was, like, yeah, again, just trying to block out things in my memory, or block out feeling things in general. But you can't avoid everything, so, of course, that still affects me to this day, I feel like. Maybe not as much as some of the other things, but to a degree. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, out of high school now. You feel me? Young bull. 18 years old. Again, remember I said I was a smart kid, I just didn't do homework. So as bad as my grades were, I did pretty well on the SAT. I forgot what I got, but shit, it was good enough to get me into a few colleges with like a 2.3 or something. I picked my grades up at the end of the school year because I was forced. It was either that or, you know, or not graduating. But high key, shouts out. I forgot his name, but a teacher at my school basically, like an old football coach or something, like would take kids in the morning and have them at school at like 7 in the morning and just have them do all the work and some other extra shit, and then he would check it. So basically, I went from waking up like and coming to school super late to, oh great, now I'm forced to be at school at 7 in the morning, and like, I don't know, it was really one of the first times that like somebody really showed that they cared about what I was actually doing, and not like what it just like looked like I was doing or something like that. Like, I actually felt, wow, somebody really has my best interest at heart here, and that's rare, for real. I think I take it for granted, and I have a hard time noticing it. But anyway, was able to get into some schools. I got into UNLV, University of Las Vegas, Nevada. Shouts out to the Running Rebels. Didn't last long. I only stayed a year because, again, I was, you know, I didn't know how to do it on my own. You know, I didn't know how to be disciplined on my own. I didn't know how to, you know, show up for myself the same way in which I felt I had to show up for somebody else. So, you know, it was very much like college at that point seemed like it was like a great time, but it seemed like I was just trying to escape all out. Like every day I was just trying to escape. It wasn't like that always. Like, I first started, I was doing pretty well, going to my classes, doing my homework for the first like few weeks. Of course, you know. Also, you know, college parties and stuff like that. I got into Like I got into weed a lot more. I met some like stoner friends, and yeah, it was smoking weed. We were making music high key. Got with some like got into like a rap group for real. Shouts out to Trillaquit, you did. You know what I'm saying? Trilla Train, you know, Nate the Great. Shouts out to Drew Dash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, Jack, Jay, all them bros. Dylan. A lot of bros.
Exceptional effort.
You feel me? So that was like a cool community of folks. But again, I felt like I was trying to. I eventually started using like the homies as like a way to escape. Like I would be like, damn. I'd be very depressed. I'd be really like super tired. Wouldn't want to get up. Wouldn't want to go to school. I got like there was a girl. I had a handful of like relations while out in college because you know it'd be like that, but not like only one relationship. With a wonderful girl, for real, great girl. And really that being it's very interesting, that whole relationship thing. Not really, the relationship wasn't bad at all. It was actually like pretty good. You know, I just was majorly depressed, and I still am, and I still feel like it hinders my ability to love somebody else. Because from my understanding is, I'm just like super sad, right? Like that's, or at least that's all I'm willing to admit, you know. But the deeper problem is I don't have a lot of love for myself, so it's hard for me to really truly give like love to somebody else without draining myself, because at the end of the day it's like the surface me is all, hey, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do in order to make this work. Yeah. When I'm in front of people, what I'm willing to show is that, hey, I try. I'm trying. But on the deeper level is I've already kind of, I wouldn't say in that relationship, like while I was still in Vegas and everything, while I was still out there, I still didn't know how to fully like express myself to anybody. So like, just one instance I can remember during my like third or fourth major depressive episode, man, was skipping class again, was sleeping through classes, wasn't socializing, was only socializing in order to go smoke weed because I couldn't smoke weed on campus, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I'd go smoke with the homies and like just put in $20 and then we'd be smoking all day. But like there came a time where I like literally had like a super major like depressed day. Like wouldn't get up, wouldn't go eat, wouldn't talk to anybody, wouldn't, like, do my homework, wouldn't go to class, wouldn't talk to anybody for real, like, and in these times, like, I feel like I try to find comfort outside of myself when it's not at its worst. Like, I'll try to like, kick it with girls and shit. I'll try to find an escape in women. And I wasn't even doing that, because at that point there's, somebody that I had feelings for, and like, and it wasn't these type of guys that I didn't like try to talk to any girls or anything. I just didn't want to. If I was gonna talk to anybody, I was gonna talk to her, and I didn't want to talk to anybody at all. But yeah, like, I had been ignoring her all day and everything like that, and I just hadn't hit her up at all. And we lived on the same floor in our dorms, so she literally came and knocked on my door, like, after calling me or some shit, and I hadn't answered. And pretty much that felt like one of the first times that anybody, like, checked up on me. Like, sort of, like, I feel like when I want to be left alone, I get left alone, for good or for bad. Like, when my I don't know, when my traumas take over and put me in a state of fight or flight. It's usually flight. They really should say fight, flight, or freeze, like, more consistently. Although flight or flight just does come off the tongue a lot easier. But I'll get into a freeze state, but understanding fully well that freeze state means I'm gonna be left behind because everybody else around me is moving. So I'd rather be left behind so that, maybe like a pushing stone or whatever, a stepping stone, something to push off of. So she came and knocked on my door. Was like, hey, what's going on? You haven't talked to me all day. And just like, I don't even know what I said, but something along the lines of trying to, hey, yeah, I'm just not feeling good. I'm just tired. And yeah, basically, it just ended up with her being like, are you okay? And I'm not okay at that time. So I cried. And, like, kind of cried a lot. And she was like, if I never would have came and knocked on your door, would you have, like, would you have, like, come to me? Like, would you have said anything? Like, and I said, like, no, probably not.
Here I go.
And I don't know. I think about that now, and I really look at it like, yeah, just a lot of projection on my part. And it's not like a projecting that you can, like, see. I'm not, like, saying something that's gonna make somebody. I'm not trying to put anything onto anybody, but I do in my actions and my thoughts, and it makes me, distance myself. It doesn't allow me to be closer to people than, like, arm's reach figuratively, or maybe like a 10-foot pole figuratively. But I like, really treat people as if I treat people how I want to be treated, but fully understand that people aren't gonna treat you how you want to. Like, people aren't gonna treat you how you treat them. People are gonna treat you how they treat you, and you have to set up boundaries, or you have to understand yourself well enough to be able to set healthy boundaries and things like that. That's not something I've ever really understood. Because I've set boundaries, but my boundaries aren't healthy and they're too overbearing. My boundaries are that when I feel any heavy emotions, that's when I exit. Because if I lay all my emotions onto you, you're gonna feel how I feel about myself. You're gonna feel the same way I feel about me. And I have a beautiful song I've made, and it's tough for me to say that. I don't like complimenting myself, but God darn it, it's a good song. I like it. If you ever listen to my mixtape on SoundCloud or ever really want to get that on all platforms one of these days, I don't know, maybe like 10-year anniversary, it's already been 8 or 7 or some shit. Or like 6, I don't freaking know. I don't know how long it's been. 2017, so what year is it? 2023. I can't do math. It's been some years. I literally can't do math right now. ADHD brain. What's 23 minus 17? Couldn't tell you right now. Like, dead ass. I'm thinking pretty hard about it. It's gonna bug me. Alright, great. Goodness gracious. Don't mind me, just getting a calculator out. Freaking 23 minus 17. 6 years. Oh boy. Yep. So, on the 10-year anniversary, I'll think about it. I have a hard time really wanting to say any goals or anything like such because I rarely actually complete them whenever I share my goals. So be prepared to just, have me pop up with shit and not even with no warning at all. Because I'm trying to live more in my creative nature and actually create instead of bottling up, but I still feel like, it's not my nature, but it's my learned behavior is to at my core level, like, help myself to, like, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, my goal is to do nothing and to be nothing, and that's not a good goal. Like, my goal is to not be around. It feels like it's like, hey, if I can, I almost want it to be like my presence is, like, it makes no difference whether I'm here or not, Like I want to be a ghost, some type shit. Which, a lot of my, I don't know, when I draw like cartoons of myself where I have like a little character, when I'm designing things, I like having this little ghost character because it very much is, like, it isn't, it's like how I view myself. Like, transparent but intangible. You know. Really just a vibe for real. Not even a body for real, just a frequency out here. So, you know, easy to not get too attached to. Although with that being said, I feel like I kind of have this like haunting nature about me, like my energy or whatever kind of sticks with people, or it sticks with me and I can't let it go. And then I feel like, you know, it's like a no you situation, you know, because I'm only looking at shallow emotions and shallow things about myself, how I feel about things shallowly. And when I look in deeper, I have a lot of resentment and a lot of jealousy and a lot of anger and a lot of like self-loathing and like, and with that self-loathing, it's like a feeling that like, oh well, now I have to try to be better than people, or I have to be better than people, or else I'm not gonna feel good about myself. But but like my more shallow emotions, the ones that I resonate more with, you know, are more like, hey, everybody out here is doing such cool things. You know, everybody's doing cool shit. Everybody's so freaking cool. You know? I'm cool too, but my deeper emotions and what I see for myself is that I don't really believe that. You know, I don't really trust that I'm exceptional or acceptable at the very least. Because at the very least, I'm above average in terms of just, I don't know, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna have a little pride about myself. That's really, even that's tough to say because I really don't believe it. I feel like I don't believe it for a good reason. I feel like if I don't put the work and the time and the effort into something, then I have no right to say I'm good or to be proud of myself for something. So I'm like stuck in this, like, I don't know, this, the cycle of beating myself up. Goodness gracious. Out here throwing hands with myself for real. Internally. Because inside of me there are two wolves, and one of them is like, this shit fucking sucks. You fucking suck. And the other one's like, alright. One of them definitely feels a lot more deeply and heavily and has my anger. And the other one has all my grace, gratitude, love, and, you know, self-care. And that one starves. For real. And that nigga don't eat. Which is another, I got a lot of fucking problems now that I think about it. But hey, I guess it's because I don't want to think about it, which is allowed for, you know, a lot of all of my mental snapping and what yous and what have yous, what you wills and what have yous. That have led me to, you know, like things don't get better just because you ignore it. So yeah. So I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on being able to. I'm gonna work on feeding this loving wolf and not the one that hates, not the hater wolf. You know. There's a thing Mac Miller said, a small little quote or something. I completely forget what exactly he said. I want to find it again, but he said something along the lines of like, and rest in peace for. Said something along the lines of yeah, feeling like he has to like have this, like he has to be cool, or like not be cool, but like the cool thing to do is to be like, is to be depressed, is to be like have this darkness, this dark air about you, this veil of mystery and like you'll never understand type thing.
We should go this way.
And you know, for me, that seems like the kind of thing I've fallen into. Like not necessarily because I want to be cool, but because I guess in a way it is just because I want to be cool. Like I just want to just, not like, not cool in the way where it's like, hey, I'm popular and all that, but just cool in the sense of, you're not, like be cool, like chill out, don't even like, don't worry about it. That type of be cool. And really trying to, in order to protect myself from, again, feeling on any really deep level. And as an artist, as somebody who creates, or at least it would do very well for me to create more and more consistently, and, without a whole lot of, self-judgment. I mean, I feel like I've just kind of like forgotten. I kind of forgot what I was talking about for a second. But yeah, man, like it's weird because like it's like I really have not been aware. I've been asleep for such a long time, which really brings me to after college. I know I didn't really speak on that in depth because there's really not much more to it than I smoked some weed, I got a girlfriend, I got depressed, I got on academic probation, and then I came back to California, came back home, came back to to my city, yeah. It's a parade inside my city, yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Give me one sec. Okay. So, yeah, man. Um, you know, I don't know. Kind of, you know, I'm getting a little. I don't like to share a lot, mostly because I'm not. I feel like I'm not good at it, which it's just something I have to get over. I feel like it does me well to share more. I feel like generally speaking, I probably got something good to say. As dark as my like internal world is, like again, like that shallow part of me, which I tend to resonate with more, is like, yeah, man. I mean, fuck this shit. Like what the fuck? Have some fun. Whatever. We're only here for like a good handful of decades. You feel me? And for those well, I guess like two handfuls of decades. Okay, tops. A good, a few quarter centuries. You feel me? And you can't spend all of them feeling sorry for yourself. Is what one wolf said to the other. And that wolf got a treat. Because I gotta train wolves, apparently. I want a cat. I don't even want a wolf. But you work with what you got. And it's just figurative language, so. But yeah, I almost want to say I want to stop this here or just get into some games or some shit just to, lighten the mood. But I kind of want to just get to a point where I can just talk about what I've been going through recently without feeling like there needs to be context. Because, I mean, I guess there doesn't really need to be context. I just really wanted to vent about some shit. So, bite me. But not too hard. I'm sensitive. Wham. I'm baby. Wham. Alright. But, yeah, man. Yeah, I pretty much, explained my whole, mental health issues and shit up until, college, until after, I guess I went through, after that, I did some community college and, oh yeah, I didn't get to the part where I broke up with my girlfriend from Vegas because I was depressed and back into California. And that shit hurt. And then, and that's when I felt like I started to, I don't know, take advantage of people in a way because, I really didn't want to, hit her up and be like, oh, I'm sad. I need somebody to talk to. That's probably exactly what I should have did. But, me, Captain Escape Artist here. I got a silver badge escape artist or whatever the fuck that is. I don't play 2K. I don't know what the badges are anymore. I didn't play 2K since 2018. But man. Yeah, trying to escape, I would I didn't want to admit it to her at the time. And I don't think I've ever really told her, but we also don't talk anymore. for some other reasons that I really want to get into, but again, I feel like everything needs context because what I really want to talk about is like the past 2 years of my life. Like I was in college in Vegas 2016, 2017, and then came back home like 2017 still. And yeah, man. Or no, I came back home 2016. I was out in Vegas 2015. You know, August 2015, and then whatever timeline. So I'm back home by late 2016 or mid 2016, whatever. And yeah, we broke up because I was messing with other girls, but I didn't want to admit it. She literally even asked me about it. Like, is it other women? I'm like, no. But my rationale, my reasoning, and my logic, it kind of gets me in trouble more so in my, like, it's great for my immediate thinking or whatever. Like, let me logically explain why I should do this instead of, you know, tap into any sort of emotion about this, because logic and emotion don't mix. And it's a great tool for avoiding emotion. But I felt like I couldn't really do the long distance thing. She was still going to school. You know, I was still like depressed as hell. Still, I didn't know how to get help. I didn't know how to ask for like therapy or something like that. I think I told my parents like maybe once that I was like depressed, and didn't really, you know, I don't feel I really got any like help with it, you know, because I never got therapy. I kind of told them late, like I didn't really learn about what depression was until like my sophomore year in high school, maybe later. I think maybe even like, I think it was maybe even my senior year, like, yeah. Yeah, I think it was literally like my senior year. And I was like, this is what that is? I thought I was just, you know, just sad most of the time. Or just, you know, didn't even realize I was sad. Like, I wasn't sad, I was just like numb. Yeah, so. Anyway, let me just keep continuing, I guess. Came back home. You know, when I came back home, some of my friends were going through some beef within the group, so I immediately had to come home and be like mediator for homies. And I was like, damn, bro, like, what the fuck? That's wild. Things change over time, you know, and that's scary. And that's a little overwhelming. You know, relationships change with people over time. You know? It doesn't mean you love them any less or like, you don't care about them, but that's something I seen that happen with my friends at that point in time of my life when I was like, what, 19, 20, like before I was 21 or anything like that. So, I don't know, I definitely wasn't as introspective, you know. I think for a long time, until like 3 or 4 years ago, I was like very much still like trying to be in that shallow energy, you know, not trying to really worry about what I got going on besides whether or not, like, I don't know, whether or not I look cool or some shit, or whether or not, yeah, I don't know. Pretty dissociated from life, honestly. There's no type of ambition, no type of will to do or be anything, just kind of out here doing what I think people want to see from me. And if I can't do that, then I guess whatever. You know, the next best thing, I guess. I don't know. Not even that. But enough beating myself up. Yeah, I would try to mediate my friends going through things. When a homie helped me get a job, I got my first job. Worked there for a year. You know, and in that time, in that year, you know, found out I got a little bit of anxiety as well with my depression. Hey, shouts out to that. Shouts out to anxiety with depression. Yeah. Because, you know, and I found that out because I would have like little panic attacks before work. I had a panic attack before work one day, and I was like, what the fuck? And just general my bad habits of not being on time. Like my depression was also still pretty bad, so I would still not feel like getting up and going to do anything. But, you know, my shallow feeling of not wanting to let anybody down, or, like, I wouldn't even say that's not a shallow feeling, that's a very deep feeling, but yeah, having, like, working with one of my best friends, you know, working on one of my best friends, it was like, it made it a lot better, like, it made me feel more accountable. So, like, if I didn't go to work one day and I knew he was on the schedule, I'd be like, damn, I can't leave the homie out to dry. I gotta go to work today. Damn, let me get up and be like barely on time, I guess, but more so late than on time. And yeah, that went on for a year, you know, like that high school type of energy from earlier where I just didn't want to get up and go, didn't want to do anything, kind of just felt like disappearing. I mean, it felt good to have money. That was cool. I could afford to smoke and hang out with my friends and do some things sometimes. But like I didn't even care. Like I really don't care a whole lot about money because like whatever, I'm so in my own internal world anyway that like whatever, it's not the most important thing. It's pretty fucking important though. I definitely need to put more focus on being like, you know, comfortable or financially free to the point where I don't have to like worry like, you know, can I afford to go get something to eat right now or type shit, or can I let me be able to afford a place to stay type shit. Let me be able to, you know. And I say let me because I feel like something's holding me back, but honestly the thing holding me back is myself. I'm just over here like that's not assuming everything isn't for me because, you know, that's only for good people and I don't see myself as a good person. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, man, just you know, going to work for a year, kind of just, fucking around, having, in terms of relationship wise, I guess I wasn't in like a relationship with anybody, but I'd have like, friends with benefits or like something like that and have like consistent things like that. And until eventually where, yeah, I get in my feelings and I ghost somebody, you know, or they ghost me because either I get in my feelings and feel like I have to ghost somebody and then go find somebody else, or I do start to open up a little bit, and then they realize what I like want them to realize, because a lot of that is like self-sabotage in a way. I really don't feel suited for a relationship, so if I feel like a relationship is possible, I'll usually overshare or like trauma dump to make it seem like I'm not suitable. I'll make it seem like I'm not suitable, or I'll just make it seem like I'm the worst version of myself, so that that you don't have high expectations for me. And yeah, that's kind of persisted for a while until, at a certain point, I'd say like in 2020 was like good years, because the previous years or whatever, I was creating more. I was working on more music. I was collaborating more with friends. I would go hang out, with the homie I was working with. He would, he was friends with some other bros, and just like people from like our same high school, because we went to high school together. But I didn't like I knew them, but didn't really like kick it with them or anything like that. Didn't really hang out with them. And like, yeah, and then like, but he would kick it over there after work, and we lived pretty close to each other, so it was like, oh yeah, cool. It's the kick it spot. Homies had their own spot, so we was kicking it. Yeah. Even then, I feel like, now that I really think about it, it feels like my, like, immediate reaction to things in my head, because I'm thinking of a scenario. My best friend from when I was like 4 or 5 to current days, yeah, like he would hang out with that group, like, which is funny. We didn't go to the same high school, but they went to my high school, and he would hang out with them. And like, it was hella funny. I seen them out one time, and he was like just chilling with them, and I was like, oh hey. I was like, oh bro, didn't even tell me you was hanging out with niggas from my school, bro. All right. But yeah, also like feelings like that where I feel like, but what? You did something to me, but it's okay. Because it really, like in that situation, I'm really not tripping. Like, sure, if I really wanted to, I could sit here and be like, yeah, I probably felt like this, but like at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm really not like a get out of the house and do anything type of person. So like, if somebody's kicking it with other people, it's like, whatever. But again, I feel like that might just be me trying to protect my own feelings, because, you know, I'm like an introvert, but I seem extroverted in groups or things like that, so it might, you know, I don't know, I don't get invited to shit. And that might be because, well, before, just because, like, I don't know. I guess it's the same thing now. I just don't really go anywhere, so I don't get invited anywhere, and then it's a vicious cycle. But, yeah. But anyway, I feel weird about even that group of friends, like the friends with the house, because them and my best friend, like, had a falling out. So, like, I felt like kind of in like limbo or whatever, because like my best friend doesn't live like in the same city anymore. But here I am finding out he got low-key beef with niggas that I'm kicking it with on a daily basis. And like, I don't know, man. I went to a Christian school and shit, so like Christian, I wouldn't necessarily. I was very Christian until like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd say I was pretty Christian until like really learning about other like ways of thinking about spirituality. You know, thinking about your connection to God or a higher power, or however you want to, you know, source or whatever. I don't really want, I hate that I say whatever sometimes, because like it seems like I'm diminishing it, but I'm just saying whatever because like I don't want to offend. Whatever you're comfortable with, I'm willing to accommodate. And I feel like that's still an internal battle I deal with, because I shouldn't be trying to accommodate to somebody else on my own shit, you know? Like, I feel like it's a problem when it's a problem, and it's a problem a lot these days. Because I don't think about myself a whole lot. I think about what other people might think about. I try to be empathetic, you know? But, yeah. It's hard to be empathetic when you really don't have a whole lot of empathy for yourself. So it's almost like I'm betraying myself by trying to be so empathetic towards people when it's not coming from the right place. Yeah. But yeah, mostly just wondering about like what other people think, and kind of, you know, leaving myself by the wayside. Wayside. Shouts out to By the Wayside, or whatever the heck that show was called. If you know, you know. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that was like a thing, and with that, like through that whole thing, I was still kicking it with the homies at the house. 'Cause, like, I talked to my homie about it. He was like, "Yeah, I don't really care if you like kick it with them still. Like, I'm not tripping like that." But like even then, it was still like mess with me like internally on a spiritual level, like in my gut feeling. You know, I would be like, man. You know, I like these guys. They're the homies. You feel me? But I know my homie said he doesn't really care. But it seems fake on my part. I feel like I'm being fake. I feel like I'm not showing any true loyalty. to anything or to anybody. I feel like that's a theme for me, is not being able to show loyalty or to be loyal. Yeah. Like stray dog energy. I got that dog in me and it needs a home. And like, yeah, I would literally like, I don't know, I was having like, I I lost that job that I was working with my friend because, you know, I was just not coming to work and shit and being late hella and yeah, calling in sick and all that good shit. Cause I was like, I don't know, I like developed IBS or some shit. Like developed pretty bad like stomach problems. And I guess like from a kid, I've always had like, it's always been a thing. Like if there was something that I needed to do or whatever, or like some sort of responsibility I had, I would always like have to, like it would make my stomach hurt. Like I'd have to go to the bathroom, I'd have to take a shit. And like literally I remember my mom would like tell me like, oh, I have to get out the bathroom because she told me clean the kitchen, but I was like, all right, I would start and then I would like immediately stomach ache, like, oh, I'm about to doo-doo for real. And go to the bathroom and be in the bathroom for like 30 or 40 minutes, like for a smooth minute, chilling in there. And like it, like looking back at it, it definitely seemed like a way to try to get out of whatever I was doing. But I feel like that's also me like internalizing what my mom always like pretty much thinks about me, is like that I'm trying to get out of doing shit. Like, but in my heart, I know it's really not that big of a deal. Like like I think I just don't want to deal with like anybody saying something to me, which is the problem. Like, I think in situations like that, it's like I can't like hide in this situation. So let me do what I need to do in order to hide away. But yeah, so I would have like hella stomach problems and shit. And honestly, like thinking about it, like it seems like a like defense mechanism to try to get me away from situations or, you know, whatever. Or just a sign of imbalance and improper diet and that type of thing, which is also, you know, very true too, because I definitely, you know, don't take care of myself the way I need to, you know, and that shows. But yeah, lost the job, you know, pretty sad for real after that. I think it's after that that I ended up like finishing a music project. Like I think I went back to school, went back to community college for a little bit, maybe. I don't really remember. It's like my timing is all off on this shit because I really just don't like thinking about it. I don't like thinking about my past and all that, especially the most recent past, or the closer I get to it still feels like I'm not doing something I need to be doing. I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to work on that like right now with streaming this and talking about, you know, this whole thing I'm talking about. So, yeah.
Here I go.
So, yeah, like, ugh. And that's like the real, and that's when I was like 21, maybe 20, like 22. Well, not definitely not 22. Yeah, I was like 20, between 20 and 21. When I was 21, I was doing security. I started a security job. My next door neighbor hooked me up with private security, working at clubs and shit and all that. And I didn't have a license, so I was getting rides from like my brother and my mom until, I eventually got my license. Um, yeah. Uh, I completely forgot what the heck, like the timeline on this, but there's a certain point where I was like, after I had lost my job at the first one, I was working at Safeway or whatever grocery store. I'm not talking anything about what I did at the job, so whatever. Um, but yeah, I like was like super depressed, like wouldn't like do anything. I wasn't really looking for a new job for about a year between like I worked for Safeway 2017 to 2018, and then the next job I had was like that was like February 2018 that I got fired or got let go, whatever you want to call it. And then, and then it took me till April of 2019 to get my next job. So in that time, I had, you know, gotten super depressed. Was already hella depressed before I even lost the job, and then, you know, that kind of exacerbated it. So I really was not feeling myself at all whatsoever. And I ended up, um, yeah, and I'm staying with my mom, and I ended up being like forcefully, like pretty much my dad literally called me one day while I was like laying in bed, depressed as shit, and um, literally like verbatim, he was like, "Yo, Denzel, I'm coming, I'm coming to pick you up on Thursday, and you're coming to stay with me. So pack up all your stuff, get all your stuff ready, and be ready to come and stay with me on Thursday." And this was like Monday or I think it was like Tuesday for real, because I was like, dude, only like for real, like, yeah, just pack up your whole room and move. And he lives like 45 minutes away from where I am right now. So it's not like I'm moving like across the country or some shit. But I felt like all my friends are out here. Like any opportunity I have for real is still out here. It's like he lives in like a pretty new neighborhood, and I was like, well, at the time there wasn't a lot of work out there, so I very much did not want to go, and it was like I was literally being forced to go. I didn't have a choice. My mom wasn't gonna support me staying in the house, and I kind of had nowhere else to go. So, um,
Grappling.
so that shit made me upset. I was like, I wasn't It was like one of the few times like, and I remember my dad saying something about it too because I literally couldn't hide it. When he came to pick me up, I was like visibly upset. I wouldn't say shit to anybody. I wouldn't talk to him. I put my headphones on, and I was probably listening to fucking Blank Face like Schoolboy Q type shit. Just like villainous vibes, like just I wouldn't even say villainous, like just like like a deep pitted like rage. But I guess passive aggressive. I guess it kind of turned into some passive aggressiveness. I felt like I was being like, when I was at my dad's, I was like, I don't know, I would just do shit to like say some shit to annoy him or something, or like, you know, if him and like his wife were like having like a fun or like a little like low key like argument, like nothing like on some serious shit. Like I would like, yeah, I'd like throw in like a whatever being like funny or whatever, something like that, whatever, like not on his side. And he'd be like, yo, what? You're my son. I'm like, yeah, hey man, I'm just saying. Just seeing it out. I'm just saying how it is, man. Just calling it how I see it. Like that type of energy. And that kind of persisted. Like, I don't know. I really, like, I have half brothers and sisters. Like, a half brother and sister and like step siblings. So like, it was nice to, you know, be an older sibling, and I was like picking up kids from school and helping with homework and things like that. So that was nice. I was like really fucking upset that I was made to go though. Like I didn't have a choice, you know. And it seems like that's the pattern for me, and I feel like I've really like manifested that, because when I really seriously think about it, all the times where I've been like proud of myself or like felt like I was doing the right thing, I had to be forced. Like, I don't even want to put it like that because that's not really true. It was kind of like I was given no decision to, you know, I was given no choice, you know. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe an Easter egg, huh?
Let's go this way.
No matter how many times I retire, I just keep coming back for more.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That whole situation was like, I don't even remember how long I stayed there. Like, I think it wasn't any more than like a year, or like way shorter than that. Maybe like 5 or 6 months, maybe. But I couldn't find work out there. There wasn't a lot of opportunity to work out there. So, you know, came back to my mom's. you know, then got the job doing security. And security was fun. You know, security was a good time. You know, got to go out, be around people. You know. Yeah. And you know, just it's a cozy gig. You know, just not too bad of a job. I enjoyed it. Eventually, yeah. Oh man, I keep forgetting, like, my brain just doesn't work sometimes. My memory really doesn't work sometimes because, like, I didn't get my license until I was 22, and yeah, so, and I got it while I was like, shit, I don't even really remember. I got it at my dad's, so like, I don't really freaking remember, because I remember I was still getting rides to go to work when I was doing security. So, man, I forgot. I think like security either like stopped having work for a minute. I remember like COVID happened recently, so it's like, of course, wasn't gonna be working for a whole lot then, but funny enough, I got a full-time job during that whole time period. You know, another security job. And it was cozy as hell, except, you know, we're talking, you know, that's when I feel like I really, what was that, 2020, 2021, like 2020 I was still, like doing the private security, you know, doing whatever little events and everything like that. Eventually getting my license. I'm not quite sure on the timeline for that.
There's an enemy here.
But
Smart bullet being a bully.
Our
foes felt the sting of my smart bullets.
But yeah. And then really, and I forgot. I did like, for a period of time, there's also like I was really focused on my music and being a performing artist. So I was going to like, I'm all over the place. I was going to like open mics and things like that, and I got the opportunity to, you know, perform at a homie's show. He was performing at the homie K Hella, performing at Austin Independence Day, which was 2019, I think. So, like, yeah. And yeah, man. That was a really good time. I was like, I really fuck with that. I think I have a lot of self-conscious thoughts about it because like it was my first like performance at a show for real, and I was just like, man, I feel like my mask isn't right, you know? My social mask doesn't suit me being this big performing person, you know? The mask I put on is very much like I'm not even here, and you know, when I am here, it's like I'm a whisper for real. It's very much like ghost energy. It's like you have to really pay attention or be in tune to really notice me, or something along those lines. Or for me to notice you, which, you know, even then I feel like I'm very oblivious. Like, but like, I say that in like a romantic context, I guess, but you know, I feel like that's a problem I have too, is that for some reason, like, I don't know, I can't separate like romance from friendships in some sort of way. I really feel like, you know, really got some trauma from that, I guess. Maybe parents being divorced. I don't trust love in any sense of the word, or I don't really know how it looks. And yeah, but you know, performing and all that, it's a great feeling. I almost feel like I don't deserve it. Like, and there's a very good reason. I guess there's no good reason to feel like you don't deserve, you know, everything good in this life. But I feel like in the past few years, I definitely went through some sort of mental breakdown that made me make some of like the worst decisions and express myself in the worst ways, or try to or I was trying to do something, but I went about it the completely like wrong way, and in line with, you know, if somebody's not like watching me like do whatever I'm doing, if it doesn't seem like somebody like cares, if I'm left to be the one to like take care of whatever's going on, then I'm damn near gonna, especially if I'm left to my own devices in my life in order to fix my own life, I'm gonna self-sabotage. Like that's what my, like, regardless of my intention, that's what my will has been. Like, that's what I've been. That's kind of what it's been looking like, and I'm more concerned with what it looks like than what it is, and that's a problem for me. And yeah, I feel like that statement hit for real. I'm more concerned about what it looks like than what it is, and that is a problem. That is something I want to better understand and let go of. I want to better understand it, but also I'm willing to accept, and I am going to accept that I don't need to. I don't need to understand it. I don't need to understand why I'm self-sabotaging to stop self-sabotaging. I feel like at this point, it's not really about understanding. It's more so about just doing. Like, like I've experienced so much, and to the point where I can, and honestly, I really have prevented myself from experiencing, I would say, enough at this age. But you know, there's always time. I'm only down one of the quarter centuries. I got a couple more. You know, hopefully. So yeah. With that, I think I'm gonna end it off there, man. I think I'm a little discombobulated. I think I'm a little I don't know, I think I'm off. I feel like, maybe I should really focus more on, maybe write a script out or something. But again, I really feel like I don't want to talk about my goals. I feel like every time I do, I set myself up for failure. Because, again, I don't know. It seems like I'm trying to be. This is something that I noticed a while ago with my most recent relationship, which, recently is. We weren't together recently, but, like in an exclusive relationship or anything, but still communicating. And yeah, pretty much talking. We had a conversation along, like, basically I'd been really depressed lately, and every time we talk, I kind of feel like I trauma dump, or I don't know, I drain her energy is something that's came to mind. Wouldn't even say came to mind. I watched like a video, like some sort of reading or whatever. I like the readings and whatnot, the tarot cards and all that. I feel like it's when shit hits. I feel like I keep forgetting to talk about that, but that's something I want to talk about later. Next time I'm on the stream, we're talking about my whole spiritual awakening, but right now, the relationship thing. Yeah. Just a quick little note, like, yeah, just I feel like, letting me know, and I'd very much appreciate it when somebody tells me their perspective on me, because, for good or for bad, it gives me a chance to change how I'm acting. And I'm in this previous relationship I was in, I was very wary of being manipulative and being, I don't know, being like still worried about being a burden. But in the past, I've had relationships where it's been easier for me to let go. It's been easier for me to recognize when this isn't going somewhere good, or I'm not able to put my all into this, and that's not fair to the other person. So for both of our best interests, it's better if, we go our separate ways. And I don't want to, like, in my mind, I don't want to, lead anybody on. I don't want to give somebody false hope for, reconnecting with me when I feel like I'm just gonna change into a totally different person by the next time we see each other. So, and if you liked me before and, you know, me changing throughout the relationship is something you don't like, then I don't know, then, you know, I really don't know. I feel like I'm very wrong. I feel like I'm just, you know, affecting somebody in a negative way, and it's not even just like whether I'm communicating with them or not. And like, I want to say I hate it, but that's mostly because I hate myself, and I feel like if I'm affecting anybody, I automatically assume it's not in a good way. I assume I'm holding people back, and I'm holding people from their best lives because I'm holding myself back. I'm very much projecting the things that I do to myself onto other people. And I'm assuming that they just know that. And if they don't, then I'm trying to like subtly let them know. With this past relationship, I definitely was trying to be more open about like, hey, I'm just not like, I'm not good. Like, I'm not well. I'm not like, something's wrong. And, you know, and my problem is I want to be like a provider, a protector, and type shit, especially if I'm going to be in a relationship. I don't want my partner to be worried about, you know, anything, to be honest. Like, I want them to have complete trust in me that I'll be able to do whatever I like they need from me. And I feel like in that I lose myself a lot. Because I'm focused on that so much, I forgot why they like me in the first place, or what got me to the point of being able to even be like, hey, I'm willing to be in a relationship. I feel like I can give my all in this, and I think this is going to be good. And the difference between this relationship and previous relationships is when it hit the point where I felt it was like not even like over, but I felt like it was taking much more of a toll on me than I could recover from and then give back. Like, it drained me more than I could give. And and if I felt like that, I could only imagine what, you know, what my partner felt like after after um after me realizing that and then not accepting it and just kind of continuing the relationship. But again, this leads into my spiritual awakening and mental health crises that have shaped my current day. So I haven't been, or at least I think I haven't been smoking any bowls while the mic is open, but I'm just gonna do that, and then we're gonna play a game of whatever the fuck they got going on here. Gun run, all right. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna play a little game of gun run, and and then get out of here, man. Yeah. Smoke a bowl real quick though. Yeah, man.
If the gods will it.
Something that I want to say for myself, But I definitely want to extend it out to anybody listening at any point in time. You know, you're listening to this right now if you're listening to this. So yeah. This is something I'd say to myself too. So you're loved. You bring value to this world. You're inherently valuable. You don't need to do anything to be worthy of love, and you know, yeah. Your best you is, you know, is your most like
luck next time, you delightful wee corpse, you.
yeah, man. You know, get in this game of gun run real quick. You know, I always feel like I play a lot different in practice than the games for real.
Recharging shields.
Okay, I guess I couldn't hold that door closed. That's cool. Man, yeah. You not understand how, like, relieved I feel. Nigga, dead ass? Still traded? I'm kinda trash. But, yeah, man. That's the thing. I got performance issues, man. I get in my head too damn much, you know? What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm just a fish out of water, man. Yeah. Man. I feel like there's a brother behind me or some shit. Fucking goodness gracious, man. I'm about to be upset. But you know what? Let me fucking rage. I wanna rage. Alright. I mean, could you imagine me raging? Fucking Christ. I was looking for that horizon. That octane came out of nowhere. Ugh. I've died like freaking 5 or 6 times by now. I'm not doing so well. But you know what? That's kind of how it feels in life right now too. Oof.
This is what happens.
Okay, trying to bring it back a little bit. I'm trying to get back in there, you know. again, you know what? I'm just gonna claim that my gaming channel is also a spirituality channel because I tend to find that no matter what I do, it always seems to have some sort of divine timing or something along those sorts. Like it always, like I don't know. I really, that's really something for the next stream I have because I don't think I have the energy to really talk about that whole thing right now. But man, be sure to tune in next time. Oof.
Don't worry, I got that prosthetics guy who can replace, well, everything.
Oh man. I am in love with life and life is good and I'm a happy person.
Giving my shield to recharge.
Mediocre? Yeah. Hey, I got a 420 in there. There's a 420 in there. There's one 420 in there. So you know what? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think I really got to accept more of how, if I just be myself and all that good stuff, good things will happen. If I allow myself to feel and allow myself to express myself how I feel I want to, then me doing that is going to bless me in innumerable ways with wealth. And I'm going to stop saying when. It's not if, it's not when I'm doing the things that are making me wealthy and I'm being myself. I'm doing the things that make me feel like I'm me. And I feel good about that. And I'm not I'm not moving maliciously towards anybody, especially myself. I think that's what my problem was before. I'm very malicious towards myself.
How's that for a bit of encouragement? Where we're going? We don't need seatbelts.
Introduce. You can't kill a what, son?
Yeah, son. Oh snap, we're playing triples? Oh boy, it's a triple! Oh boy, it's a triple! Alright, let me not be so serious now. Let me be a little goofy, a little silly. Let me be silly. I haven't been silly in some time.
First,
Grenade, watch
round
it.
one.
Wow, first blood. That's impressive.
Fire, friend. Use it fast.
Tossing up some amp cover. Firing.
Recharging shields. Let's move that way.
Under fire. Frag out. Reloading. What's that? Tossing a frag. I'm got a bandit.
Goddamn, shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have did it, but I did it anyway, gosh darn it. Ugh. I gotta think about that shit too. I guess I don't, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's the thing. I really want to be more emotionally in tune, but I feel like at the same time, I already know that I'm just not, like, I'm really not meant to be, like, the most show emotions type person. You feel me? I think what's really meant for me is, like, showing actions that show how I feel instead of just feeling them. But, you know, it's like I have to get to a certain place or something, a place in my mind where it's safe, you know. It's like I don't, like it's, you know, still like that, like it's not safe to be type shit. But, I'ma get it right. I'ma live my life. I'ma live it like I can't even live it twice. But it felt like I died a couple times already. Feel like I'm trapped in my mind already. Made me nervous, I don't got no spaghetti on my hoodie, but you know I gotta get to the bready. Stay up like a vamp, need garlic. I think I need me a new goth harlot. I give her bomb like a nuke, I promise. Then come quick like the spits I vomit. You know I'm real quick with the stick like shaman. In my mind trying to wipe all this shit like Charmin. Took the new go to Ultra. Took her home, go plus Ultra.
I've seen the future. Now I
She
just
don't know
need
I'm
to
just
get
a munch, but she still give it up, so it feel kinda wholesome. I don't care if she posts them.
The ring isn't really complex, but it can be a little complicated.
Old
What
friends
did you
probably
say?
broke them.
This is your champion.
By the time you see me coming, I'll be going.
Still wanna be happy.
Boy, looky here.
Still want my hair nappy. Still worry about bars. Acting like I can't snapping. Low key been snapping. Low key an actress. Low key still a mess.
Just a thought. We can
Clean
land
me
here.
up like a napkin.
This is the best part.
I can. DOG, it's the only way to travel.
Okay, what's poppin'? Beat it up like Bernard Hopkins. Had to get it stored. Right. Cause the little ones need new Shopkins.
back, pals. There's a new kill leader out there. Charging my shields. Shooting at me. Shields recharging.
Shields recharging. Oh, dinny fret, Elliot. It's not as bad as it looks.
Just gotta patch myself up. Hang on.
Rejuvenating. Tossing thermite.
I think this place needs a little more.
Killed an enemy.
Fire, and they're hitting. I think that was the whole squad. Last guy just kind of, dropped.
With skills like that, you'd earn the Samaki Peace Prize for, war.
Care package being delivered.
Cheers.
Eyes to the skies. A care package.
Heavy ammo here.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Ultimate's ready to go, darlings.
Looks like only half the squads are left. Heavy ammo here.
Oh boy, I forgot I was streaming for a sec.
Expanded supply.
And you guys see those snipes? You see those shots though? Pretty nice, huh? Took my time, hit my shot. You love to see it.
Just a moment. Crafting.
He gonna use all of them.
Faking him out with a decoy.
Okay, I don't know where the fuck we're going really.
New kill leader awaiting.
I'm gonna follow this dude. I never know where to
New
rotate,
kill leader. Soon to be me.
you know. Never know where to rotate for real. But I guess that's life. I guess that's something I have to get better at. Again, I can't stop correlating things to my own life lessons and shit. Cause that's another thing I have a problem with in my real life. Going from, state to state. If I want to take that literally, trying to maybe,
This could get interesting.
I want to tour one day. I want to,
Numpty over there.
I want to be able to share my music with a large group of people in a venue as intimate and, safe and, freeing for real at the end of the day.
Backpack here.
I think it's possible. I know it's possible. I know it's something that I'm gonna do. It's something that, I'm very capable of too. It's something that I can really thrive in, you dig? Man. It's a little spooky though, man. I'm a little afraid
Spotted a
to
bambo over there. Numpty right here. Fire.
goddamn. I'm bad.
Unleashing my singularity.
just needs a little more me. Yeah. You got bamboozled.
Oh, come on, cuz. I'm so fucking bad, brother.
Grenade flung.
Sending out my decoy.
Round 2. Begin.
Reloading.
Attention. New kill leader appointed.
Replicator incoming.
Someone's got to take out the new kill leader. They're too cocky. Heads up, got one here.
Aye.
Get to bamboozling.
Let's head in that direction, darlings.
Oh, where's this one?
There's one, right here. Sending out another me. Damn, he's good looking.
The ring's our neighbour, pals, and we've got about a minute.
Give him my shield to recharge.
Rejuvenating.
A shield cell here.
45 seconds. Ring's not too far. I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Always up. Shield cell here.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Ring's close. Go bamboozle.
My ultimate is ready. 10 seconds.
See that enemy trident over there?
The ring's close, but we're cutting.
Ring's moving.
Care package being delivered.
Check it out. Care package coming in.
Shield battery here.
Thanks.
Right you are, darling.
Heads up, got one here.
Level 4. Yes.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Enemy spotted. It looks small.
Again.
replicator coming in.
Something right here. Enemy.
Target's right in front of me. Target's right in front of me.
Another reflex here. Recharge.
Got one here. Let's go here.
Well, it'd be like that. Got a little too much dip on my chip there.
Focused.
I got noises.
Heads up, we're not alone. Spotted the subject. Let's go here. Enemies right here.
Being aimed at.
We tried, brother. We really tried. Well, you know what, y'all? I don't know. I still kind of feel like just rocking, you know. Maybe this is a thing, man. I'm chilling here, just rocking, you feel me? Just doing whatever, man. I really need to make a setup so I can, you know, like react to videos while I'm playing games or something, you know what I'm saying? Like I see it being done as something that I'm like, hey, that seems really fun. I really would like to try it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I don't know. You know, it's like, I don't know. Can I really? I don't. You know, I don't know. And yeah, man, you know, just really all in my head about it. You know, really all in a tizzy about it. You dig? Like, what am I gonna do? You know, like, what am I supposed to do? You know? Just create, be me, you know, that seems too easy. It shouldn't be that easy. Is it that easy for real? I feel like it's really just that easy. You know, and I got feelings about things, you know, I got senses and whatnot.
Old action.
Again, that's for next convo. Next real convo we have, next real stream we got. But yeah, man, I really been avoiding that side of me too, because as soon as I figured it out, or I tapped in, I was like, damn. Hey, this clean, man. Shouts out to all of this, man.
Love is a tomb.
Love it out here, man. Life is great. And then it was like, oh, but you know you got all this shit you ain't been dealing with, right? In your own soul and spirit and shit. In the way you deal in your relationships and shit.
Get ready. Moving on.
Yeah. And I'm ready. Gotta stop running though. I'm not running no more. You dig?
Control.
Health drone if you need it. Recharging my shields. Contact with target.
40. I'm out of light ammo. just needs a little more me. Ring's moving.
Whole enemy squad has
Shields recharging. Half the squads are gone already? Dabby dozy. Need a wee rejuvenation.
Care package being delivered.
I bet that care package has some sweet gear for us.
Might be something good this way. I need shields. Let's head in that direction, darlings. Let's explore
Might be something
this way.
good
Need
there.
some heavy ammo, dear.
Shield cell here. Shield cell here.
Recharging my shields. Extended energy mag here. Deep, level 2. Never mind.
Light ammo here. Phoenix kit here.
Holy crap. Alright. Oh man. Excuse me for a second. Kind of just blacked out and was just playing video games for a sec. But, yeah, I guess that's something I also want to get better at, is like being present, because I'm for sure, like, I use this to dissociate a whole lot, but I don't want to, you know. I want to be able to be present, you feel me? Be here, be able to, you know, be with the peoples, you know.
Enemy spotted.
Bamboozles for the foozles. Yeah, I said
Target
it.
spotted. Let's go that way. Let's explore that way. Making contact with enemy. Let's go that way. Being shot at.
Using a Phoenix kit.
Just giving my shields a recharge. Healing up.
deploying health drone.
Shields recharged.
Recharging shields.
I've been down.
Alright, just relax. I got everything under control.
Just a tick. Healing up.
Patching myself up a bit.
One sec, healing up.
Healing up. Patching myself up a bit.
Just a scared. 1 sec.
Just gotta patch myself up. Let's go over there.
Oh shit! I'm fucking stupid.
Heal it up.
Fear not, Mr. Wit. Just a flesh wound.
Gotta patch myself up.
Just a tick. Healing up.
Giving my shield to recharge.
Extended heavy back here.
Just gotta patch myself up. Hang on.
Let's bring our particular brand of science-based violence here.
Something's got a hold on me. I can't let go. Out of it, I won't be free. Something's got a hold on me. I can't let go.
Pay
Out of
attention,
it,
gang.
I
Far from the ring. We
won't
got 30 seconds
be
left.
free. I'm playing with Genghis Khan. I'm trying to smoke weed out the bong. She wanna come hit me with all of that shit that she on. Love. I do not think that is love. I honestly think you a drug. I honestly can't get enough. I need to smoke. But I just need to elope. You wanna come over and choke, huh? This is not something I wrote. I am just damn about the time when she woke up. I was like, fam,
Wake up, ring's
you do
moving.
need to know what I know,
Thing hurts.
You need to know what I know. I'm trying to help you out now. I'm trying to smoke all this loud. I'm about to give me 8 pounds. She weigh about 80 pounds. I'm buck 80 now. Used to be about 140. But I'm buck 80 now. Yeah, look at me now. Look at my diamonds, they wow. Wet, splash. They want to see me go crash. Damn, damn. I want to see her shake ass. Damn, damn. She was a bit from my past. Think it wouldn't last. Hey, that was the past. Hey, I want to eat you. Baby, it's past lunch. I want to see some. I want to have such. Don't even stand, kid. Don't even stand such, yeah. Get in my bag. When am I pulling out canisters? I got the venom. How can he spit in that venom? Spitting at him. Hot 2 spitting it at him. I wanna be in a phantom.
Gotta patch myself up. Recharging shield.
Singularity deployed.
Sending out my decoy. Check out that replicator coming in. Getting shot at. Arcstar out. She got bamboozled. Give me my got one here.
Target spotted.
Oh, back up, cuz.
Enemy shield. Enemy killed. I took care of it, don't worry.
I got that bullet and shield.
Kids, the ring's closing in 1 minute.
Reloading. That was the last one. Oh, I'm the kill leader. I can't wait to pop the trophy next to my PhDs. 45, ring ain't close.
I'm kind of rocking with the Mastiff this game, man.
Rejuvenating.
Can I get a shotgun bolt, please? Oh wait, I already have one. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. You know, not having too bad of a game here, you know. Hopefully I can get to like a K or something. Maybe drop a 2K with Mirage, maybe? I don't know.
Got one spotted.
You hear that? There's a care package coming down. Target over there. Fire. Shield battery here.
Bad guy over there. Opening fire. Enemy shield cracked. I think that was the whole squad. Last guy just kind of dropped. Just gotta patch myself up. Spotted one. Spotted one.
Copy that.
Send it a deep. Let's check out that way.
Rings nearby. 1 minute till close. Just up ahead.
"30 seconds. Ring's close."
Let's go that way. Care package over here.
Sending out my decoy.
Fancy a stroll this way. Let's attack here, shall we?
Broken enemy shield. Reloading.
Keep calm, dearie. We're already inside the next ring. Let's start this way.
Frag out. Look at you. You got bamboozled. Reloading.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
There's one right here.
Enemy shield broke. Reloading. Care package. I got that.
Shield crack. An enemy shield. Reloading. Give him my shields a recharge.
Just a tick. Heal it up.
Through here.
Broke their shield now. Recharging my shields. Let's go this way. Reload.
It's dupes o'clock.
Recharging my shields.
They're hitting me. Want advice? I'll give advice. Shoot first.
You are the Apex Champions.
Damn, I can't hear my teammates. Can't even hear the teammates. But it's all good. I'm on a little Discord joint right now. Team was going ham. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah. Alright. It's about 4:39 in the morning. I'm kind of tired. Nah, man. Alright, man. I'm over here seeing Daisy Taylor memes on the internet. If you know, you know. But yeah, that might be my cue. That might be my cue to get up out of here. Or my cue to stay longer, if you know what I mean. Alright. Alright, I kid, I joke, I kid, I joke. I kid. Alright, I don't know, man. I'm really feeling like a damn toddler right now because I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep. But you know, rest is also very important. It's a very important thing. I should really take my rest more seriously considering that I need it. You feel me? Your boy trying to get his body back together. Because, you know, years of dissociation will make you, you know, not realize you got a whole bunch of alignment issues, posture issues, freaking. Seems like some muscles are just shut off that you need to like re-wake up. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead, get up out of here, get some rest, man. You know, y'all be smooth, man. Y'all be cool. Whenever you listen to this, if you listen to, you know, me slow talk through a lot of my own, you know, traumas and stuff like that, I appreciate you, man. If you resonate or anything in the comments, you feel me? If you want to vent too, go ahead and vent too. You feel me? I feel I'm a good listener. for real. You know, years of not expressing myself has turned me into a pretty good listener, and I got some good advice sometimes because you know I go through it too. So yeah, so you know, love y'all. Y'all be smooth. You know, have a great you know whatever time you're having this at. Man, yeah. Shouts out to all the Apex YouTubers. You know, all the content creators because that's really giving me confidence to be like, you know what, if they can do it and I'm definitely not as fucking good. That's for sure. But if you know somebody can get on here and just make, you know, I don't even want to say make a living, but I mean one of these days maybe if y'all like me, if I'm cute enough, if I'm pretty enough, you know maybe. But yeah, but really giving me the confidence to just go out there and do whatever the you know whatever the fuck this is for real. Shouts out to all the like the spirituality YouTubers and shit. Um, I feel like I shouldn't be specific right now. You know, I don't think it's that important. But you feel me? If we're vibing, and that's love for real. That's a universal love for real, and I appreciate you. I hope I'm appreciated. I'm gonna be more vocal so that you know it doesn't have to be like I hope. You know, it's just you know can be we can all have a mutual, you know, hey, we're vibing together, we're all helping each other out, we're all, you know, we out here, you feel me? So you feel me? Shouts out to you if you out here and you out here, because you wouldn't have been able to be listening to this if you wasn't out here. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to reality and all that. Get out your head, be out here. You feel me? I'm out here. You dig what I'm saying? So you feel me? Yeah. Need to bring the out here in here. Check out my new single Outside. Don't leave me outside. Don't leave me outside, but we out here. Don't leave me outside by myself out here. But that's not how the song goes. You feel me? It's more like a be inside my space, be inside my energy. But really, just need to be out here. You know, maybe that's something. You know. Sometimes you grow as an artist, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make that song too recently, but it's the song I recently put out. So you know, it'd be like that. Look at Fuse looking like, oh, you don't say. Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, then I guess I thought you was about to get up out of here. And you're right. I'm about to get up out of here. So you know what? Y'all be smooth. Y'all be cool, man. Love y'all. Talk to you later. You know, hopefully it won't be another 3 months before I talk to y'all again. So yeah. Love y'all, man. Be cool. Good night, good day, good evening, all of that good shit. All right, peace out. You know.